see. Bugs Bunny's Thanksgiving Diet. Daffy Duck's Thanksgiving Special. Tom and Jerry, The Little Orphan.
Is The Little Orphan a Thanksgiving special?
Well, it does take place during a Thanksgiving dinner, and Jerry and Nibbles wore pilgrim hats, and Tom wore a hat like the Wampanoag Indians.
Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Since Thanksgiving is around the corner, Colin and I are just looking through our digital libraries and streaming services so that way we can find some animated specials and episodes around Turkey Day, because we're thinking about doing like a late night tune-a-thon or something like that. So we're trying to plan accordingly with this now, but as you can see, we're having a little trouble.
We keep a lot of the footage we usually use in our videos on my laptop, along with some USB drives.
Yeah.
And boy, did we find a lot of good ones so far.
Yep.
From Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tom and Jerry, and Teen Titans Go's Thanksgiving Special.
Really? You saved that one?
Well, not anymore. I'm getting rid of that 11-minute pile of garbage. There. Not on my watch, you terrible Titans.
Good riddance to that insulting and pathetic piece of rubbish. What else do we have here?
Well, there's the Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends movie, Good Will Hunting, which, by the way, aired on Thanksgiving Day, 2006.
The only one I know is Good Will Hunting, not Good Wilt Hunting, but I think there was a My Gym Partners monkey one as well.
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving Carol. Not like a Christmas Carol, by the way. Jeez, there's a lot of different Thanksgiving specials in here.
Good God.
And that reminds me, Jared, which ones do you think are the best?
Well, I actually think that's an excellent question, because I do have a few, because I don't watch Thanksgiving specials too much, because I usually get into the holiday spirit, like, immediately after Halloween, like I did last year, and I'm doing it again this year. But one of my true favorites is, obviously, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving from 1973, and even though I remember watching it on ABC every single year, until 2020, it still kind of counts as Warner Brothers since they have the rights to put it on physical media.
I was actually rewatching A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving a few days ago.
I was too.
And for those of you who have not ever seen it before, and I'm pretty sure that you guys have, because it's been around since the 70s, it basically is about Charlie Brown, Linus, Snoopy, and Woodstock preparing a makeshift Thanksgiving dinner when Peppermint Patty invites herself, Marcy, and Franklin over. But instead of a traditional turkey dinner, like most people do, it actually leads to an iconic dish of toast, popcorn, pretzel sticks, and colorful jelly beans.
Yeah, and it apparently it's so beloved that people actually still have that dish to this day. Like, it's become one of the most iconic dishes of Thanksgiving of all time, as a matter of fact, from what I heard in a video recently.
I never knew that people actually made that dish for Thanksgiving.
Well, I think it's probably because either one, they don't like turkey, me, and two, it's probably very easy to do because it only takes like a few minutes to get that done, like just like that, right?
Yeah, but I will say that sequence with Snoopy fighting that lounge chair was pretty hilarious.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Well, it's all cartoon violence, Jared. That basically means that the characters don't actually get hurt or injured. Why do you think Toons survive getting blown up or run over by a steam train or have a heavy object drop on their heads?
I know, I'm just talking about it from a realistic manner, because I look at things in the point of view of us. Like whenever I see, like, what he just mentioned, like an anvil dropping, I look at it from the realistic manner. Like, if I was in a scenario, if that makes sense, like, I look things in more realistically than, like, more toonerific. You guys get what I'm saying here?
Yeah, but again, it's all fictional entertainment. All the characters are fine. They usually just get their heads flattened, or
yeah, I know,
their head with Tweety birds flying around it. But anyway, back to this. But did you actually know that there was actually a holiday special that came out before A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving?
Nope, because that's the most classic one that I know of. What else is there?
Well, the year before, in 1972, Hanna-Barbera produced a half-hour special called The Thanksgiving That Almost Wasn't.
What even is that? Like, what is this even about?
Well, it's basically about a story that a father squirrel is telling to his family, recalling the events of their ancestor, Jeremy Squirrel, and his encounters of the Pilgrims and the Native Americans, and how he saved the lives of a Pilgrim boy named Johnny Cook and another boy named Little Bear, who went missing in the woods on Thanksgiving Day back in 1621.
So it's literally the story of the first Thanksgiving, like a history lesson in school. Just told through the perspective of, out of all things in the world, a talking squirrel? Really? Come on.
Well, Hanna-Barbera has had talking animals in many of their cartoons over the years.
Yeah, but it's like one of those things, I don't think it's necessary for them to just recycle the whole thing about history. Like, we get it.
Well, I mean, kids have to learn about the first Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and
but...
who better to do it than a talking cartoon squirrel?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at things from my modern mind, because...
Yeah.
I am a high school graduate.
And Cartoon Network has aired this special an awful lot ever since 1997 for their own Thanksgiving special with 3 other Thanksgiving cartoons. Well, one of them was Horton Hears a Who, but it sort of counts.
I'll have to look for that one for myself. That is, if it's available anywhere, because Cartoon Network's a little cuckoo in the head with Teen Titans Go this year. Woohoo. But, wait a second. Since you just mentioned Hanna-Barbera, what about the Thanksgiving specials from the current house of that Cartoon Network, especially ones from my time?
Well, there is that one that Steven Universe did during their 4th season. I believe it was called Gem Harvest.
Oh, yes!
It was a double-length episode.
I don't know if it's just me, but I really think that is one of the most criminally underrated Thanksgiving specials out there. It may not look like one, because some people don't consider it as that, but I think it's one, but for all the right reasons. Like, just think about it if you don't know what it is.
Well, yeah. In this one, Stephen, Lapis Lazuli, Peridot...
And you've been a cute little pumpkin.
Seriously? Yeah, this actually was the debut episode featuring Pumpkin.
Seriously, that Pumpkin is just absolute cuteness. Like, why did they bring this character back for more episodes? Like, he was such a cutie pie.
Well, he did appear in a fair number of episodes throughout seasons 4 and 5.
Well, I guess it's just because I haven't seen Steven Universe in a while.
Yeah, but anyway, so basically, they, along with the other Crystal Gems, meet Greg's cousin and Steven's uncle, Andy DeMeo.
Yes.
You see, at first, he considers the Crystal Gems to be trespassers on his parents' barn and orders them to leave. But Steven convinces Andy to give them a fair chance to prove that they are family. They're preparing a big Thanksgiving-like meal with lots of fresh produce that Peridot and Lapis grew, a wedding cake, and, of course, a turkey.
Like, sure, it's not even confirmed as that. I actually don't even know if it's confirmed as that, because I don't know, because Rebecca Sugar didn't say anything about it. That may just be me. But I'd watch that as a tradition every year. Like, Cartoon Network, why do you guys still not play that? Like, come on!
Well, I mean, they have been airing Steven Universe again on Cartoon Network and Discovery Family. And as for the character of Andy, he does show up a few times throughout the course of the series, so he's sort of an obscure character. The last time I saw him, he was on a plane with Snowflake Obsidian in Steven Universe Future.
I really think that episode's great.
Yeah, very comedic.
But one that's not great is what regular show had.
Oh boy, before you start flipping your lid about this, I think I'll handle this one. For your sanity, of course. So basically, in the regular show Thanksgiving special, Mordecai and Rigby accidentally destroy all the food that they're preparing for their own dinner with their families. And to fix things, they participate in a competition hosted by Farmer Jerry to sing the best Thanksgiving song ever in hopes to win a turducken. Which is basically a chicken stuffed within a duck, stuffed within a turkey. And yes, that does sound pretty weird, but regular show has had a lot of weird stuff over the years.
Well, all I was going to say about it is that I still remember watching an episode like a few years ago. Like, I never even knew it was a thing until like 2022, 2023, or something like that. I can't fully remember, to be honest. But all that I saw was that Benson's short temper turned this whole episode into a Thanksgiving Ragnarok! You get what I'm saying here?
What does that word even mean?
It pretty much means that Benson's anger brought the end of all things. And as a matter of fact, I did not like the way that Benson acted. Does accident even exist in his own gosh darn dictionary?
Well, Benson did do a whole lot of really annoying, irritating stuff throughout the course of the series, and is probably like one of the least likable characters in the show. But it was probably just the holiday stress getting to his hot head. But I think you told me that Clarence had a Thanksgiving episode too, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there was. It's called Chadsgiving. It's I didn't realize this until just like now, actually, but it literally feels like National Lampoon like Clarence episode. And yes, I'll explain that. So pretty much what's going on here is that Chad himself, we actually get to see his parents. And for Chad himself, things don't go his way. It's literally like National Lampoon, where things just spiral out of control, and everyone else just has their own fun, and they try to make their best out of the parents' culture. But I can't say the same for Camden, though.
Wait a minute, isn't he the one with the nasally voice and the saggy-looking cheeks?
Yeah, just as he and the others were having a little dance in like a trailer or something like that, bam, he gets stung by a bee.
Well, that doesn't seem so bad. People get stung by bees all the time.
Well, it's not so bad. But not when you're allergic.
Oh, cranberry sauce.
But apparently what made it kind of funky for Chad is that apparently his parents have some sort of bizarre hippie custom or something like that. So, in a way, they were kind of trying to be inclusive with that, if that makes sense. I can't really confirm or deny that. I guess they were trying to do something before the show could end, because this came out in 2017, and as we know, the show ended in 2018.
So, like, what's going on during their third or fourth season, I can't tell if they either had 4 seasons or 3 seasons. I can't really tell.
I just want to set the record straight. It's 3, not 4. Hulu... Okay. Hulu screws that up for you guys, okay?
Last, but certainly not least, we got the Craig of the Creek Thanksgiving special, Craig of the Kids Table.
Yes. Why Cartoon Network does not play this one, and it's just having Teen Titans go down our throats, is beyond me. But for those that need context of what happened, Craig and Bernard usually butt heads with each other because, well, they're brothers, and brothers usually butt heads with each other. But in an episode like this one, however, their skills of cooperation have to be put to the test.
Right. You see, in this episode, Craig and his family go to their grandparents to spend Thanksgiving with them, and Bernard tries to sit at the grown-up table with his family.
Yeah.
But much to his horror, he ends up at the kids' table with his brother Craig, his little sister Jessica, who got her own show, and their cousin Bryson.
And honestly, if I was in this scenario like Bernard was, I'd be furious if I was at the kid table.
Yeah,
but
he kind of felt a little uncomfortable being in that really tiny chair and the tiny table and all that.
Yeah, and potentially, like, no offense to Craig, Jessica, and Bryson, because they're good kids. But from the way I see it, if I was in a scenario like that, I'd be messy. I'd be dealing with a small scene, kids screaming and crying, and food being tossed around and everything. It's literally like the Loud House. Don't ask me.
Yeah, we are not fans of that show because of you-know-who.
But while Bryson and Jessica come up with their own way to entertain the grown-ups, Craig and Bernard have to work together to create the perfect pie. Wait. A sweet potato pie? Oh! Ugh. Sorry.
Well, that is a thing. I mean, not everyone can enjoy pumpkin pie, but...
Well, sorry,
I don't care.
I'm not a fan of sweet potatoes. I guess I prefer fruit-flavored pies, if that makes sense, but apparently they have to do that after it got accidentally squashed with a blender.
It's a long story. You'll have to take a look at this Thanksgiving episode to see what happened.
Yeah.
But don't worry, though. They did manage to get another one at the store near the end of the episode, and it turns out that Grandma JoJo, not to be confused with the other Granny JoJo from Gumball, she actually gets her sweet potato pies from the store, too.
Very strange, but it's actually genuinely funny. This is one of the wackiest Thanksgiving specials out there, and I absolutely love it.
pretty cartoony for the Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
You think there was a gag involving a cat?
Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers, though. No spoilers.
What do you mean? This special's been out for a few years.
Well, I'm just saying that for the people that like to go in with fresh minds if they haven't seen it yet or they're starting to get into Craig. So.
I was actually talking about the people who are fans of Craig of the Creek that have actually seen it.
Oh.
I'm actually in a couple Discord servers with... But anyway. So as you can see, there is a lot to choose from. And when you want to add some animation to your Thanksgiving watch party, unless you're one of those people who would rather watch the annual football game and fill up on turkey, mashed potatoes, cooked vegetables, and pumpkin pie.
Well, I'm not a football person. But I am a person that likes the Thanksgiving Day Parade, though.
Pigskin getting tossed around.
But I am a fan of the Thanksgiving Day Parade, though. And I watch that. I watch that every year on NBC and Peacock. And truthfully, who doesn't love seeing all those colorful character balloons in the sky?
Tell me about it. But what do you guys think is your favorite Thanksgiving cartoon special? Let us know in the comments below, and perhaps start a conversation with other Cartoon Network fans.
And until next time, we hope you guys are thankful for a lot of good things in this world. Unlike some of you guys. And as the holiday season truly begins, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I need to go have a feast, so I'll see y'all later.
And I gotta work on my holiday shopping.